Outbreak was the first in a line of maps to shake up the formula of zombies. For the past few years, the overall structure of zombies has been the same, and while the bones of Outbreak are the same as Origins, it might as well stop there. Outbreak is the first zombies map not released on a Treyarch title. It was released on Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, a Sledgehammer title. Advanced Warfare introduced to the entire franchise the first ever advanced movement system. For the campaign and multiplayer, this introduced an entire new dimension of gameplay, so the interesting thought occurred to what would happen if this advanced exo movement was introduced to zombies. We wouldn't find out until months after release. Yep, the first Exo Zombies map wasn't even on the disc. It was exclusively on DLC. So how'd it turn out? Terrible. Video over. No, I'm kidding, but Exo Zombies was interesting on paper, but there are a ton of shortcomings and oversights that make the entire thing fall apart. I will give credit where credit is due. This is fun in a vacuum. Going back and playing it nearly 10 years later was quite interesting. I must admit that Exo Zombies really needs only a few tweaks to make it more enjoyable, and if those changes were made, then this video would be a lot different. So because this is the first Exo Zombies map, we will go over all of the changes the mode made, as well as the actual map itself. So let's start with the changes. The first and most obvious change is now you have an exosuit. This allows you to jump above the horde and move in a more three-dimensional space. Zombies, for the most part, has always been in 2D, in terms of your movement actually. Sure, you can jump in-game, but that doesn't really give you any sort of advantage. I think the most amount of freedom any map has given you thus far was buried with the Paralyzer allowing you to fly. So this new movement, in theory, should have a lot more freeing power to the player. It should be noted that you don't actually get the exosuit right off the bat. You start off every map normally, which I actually do like this version. I wouldn't mind playing this iteration of zombies, but unfortunately, you can't get perks without an exosuit, and think of getting the exosuit similar to turning on power to other maps. But power is its own thing in Exo Zombies, and it's always these little generators you can find in each area of the map, giving you some points. Exo Zombies also allows you to buy all of the perks on the map with no limit. I think this was a fantastic change that I wish moved on to more developers and would start an interesting shakeup in games to follow. Another addition is the 3D printer. Instead of the mystery box, which was literally random, the 3D printer displayed a gun on the machine, and the timing this right will give you that weapon. So if you are hunting a specific weapon, you can just get really good at the timing, and you don't have to spin the box 5 million times to get the Hellion Salvo and Void to Despair. What? I think an underrated feature of Advanced Warfare are the equipment. Starting off, randomly, every few rounds, a care package will drop from the sky giving you a score streak. This can be things like a sentry gun, a drone, camouflage, or points. You can hold up to 3 score streaks in your inventory, and this is the first time we see this kind of thing in zombies. These can come in real clutch if you're running low on ammo or just need a distraction. Of course, the other equipment helps as well. The grenade and tactical slots are pretty lethal. My favorites include the contact grenades, distraction drones, and nanoswarms. The fact that there are a ton of viable grenade options and not just wraith fires is just an awesome inclusion in zombies that I wish more zombie games actually paid attention to. Some other things that really don't fit in any sort of category that I like are the bonus points off the wall screens, the security power-up, which activates all the traps in the map, and the Exo Slam perk, which stuns zombies. Results may vary. These aren't anything special, but they do make the experience a little bit better. Now, a more polarizing change is the change to Pack-a-Punch. In previous games, Pack-a-Punch is 5,000 points straight up, and it seriously beefed up your gun. In Advanced Warfare, the Pack-a-Punch price was reduced to 2,500, but the catch is that there are 20 levels to Pack-a-Punch. So to fully upgrade a weapon, you need 50,000 points, plus another 2,500 if you are doing the Easter egg to tier 25. The worst part is that there is barely a difference in the weapon's effectiveness. It is more of an ammo restock than a boosted damage. I guess the one upside is that the gun is permanently upgraded for the rest of the match, so if you lose it, then get it back out of the 3D printer, you just get it upgraded. Exo Zombies introduced a whole new suite of actual zombies. For the longest time, we've basically had no variants on the zombies. It was either standard or boss type zombies, or hellhounds, or something like that. In Exo Zombies, there are the standard zombies. There are charger zombies, which glow red. They're slightly faster, but not really that different. Exploder zombies, which are kind of like napalm zombies. They're indicated by their green glow. These two zombies spawn in pretty regularly with other zombies. There are also other types of zombies that have their own dedicated round. The classic dogs and the hosts, which only come during the infected rounds. I think the infected rounds are a nice shake-up to the formula. It basically forces you to camp instead of train like usual, which I think is sorely needed. I wish there were more maps that sort of shook up the gameplay style of a map. Now for the people that have played Exo Zombies before, you may be noticing that I left out a certain zombie type.
The EMZ is an abomination on the mode. The one zombie brings my entire enjoyment for Exo Zombies crashing harder than the Hindenburg. Not even the World Trade can drop faster than my enjoyment the second EMZ hits me. Why? Why is this Hitler-level addition in the game? This was approved. Multiple people somewhere on this earth had to develop this. People had to playtest this, and those people are probably still breathing. To whoever worked on this evil spawn of Satan, it must have been a dark, depressing day when you slithered out of the abortion bucket. May Allah have mercy on you. These enemies spawn in like once in a blue moon every now and then. They are fucking everywhere. The entire enemy balance is based around the fact that you have a jetpack. Why is this fucker here to crash the party? Because fuck you, that's why. Why are EMPs in names? Why did we not learn our lesson from Black Ops 2, how annoying it was to EMP the box?
And then you had this thing. This should have been like the last straw with EMZs, and now they're in Outbreak 2, and then there's, oh my god. Please, stop putting EMPs in games like this. It's
really fucking annoying!
Onto the actual map. Outbreak isn't that bad per se, but it's also nothing special. You know, Outbreak was the first map to show us what Exo Zombies is all about. New verticality, no fall damage, whatever comes to mind. And it's nothing more than a standard box map. There really isn't much to say, it's just the developers giving a tutorial on all the changes to Exo Zombies. Like, really, besides the differences between Treyarch and Exo Zombies, what do you want me to say? The spawn room is a good training spot. The stealth recauterizer is the first attempt at a non-Treyarch wonder weapon. It's okay, I guess, but it's more of a standard full-auto shotgun. I like the design of it, especially with the first pack-a-punch cannon on it. Did you know you can hold the trigger to full-auto fire? Did you guys know that? I don't know, let's talk about the Easter egg. The Easter egg is standard once again. There's nothing crazy about it. You basically just collecting key cards. The only step I really like is the Exo Slam on the cage. That's really the only step that interacts with the map design in some way. Everything else is just kind of hold square on this, interact with that. I think a successful Easter egg sees the map transform in some kind of way. The best Easter eggs do this spectacularly. The only thing of note that happens is that a warbird gets shot down, and that's about it. There isn't even a cutscene. It just kind of ends, or you know, you just keep going until you die. It's more of an ascension level Easter egg where stuff just kind of happens. There isn't much of a reward other than the first time achievement. The only real reward is the level 25 pack-a-punch, and that only lasts for the one game. We also get introduced to a new cast of characters, nowhere near as interesting as the Treyarch crews, but just something simple, standard cardboard cutouts. The only standout is Oz, and that's because he just says, "I fucking hate the Atlas Corporation," every 5 seconds. He just says that every now and then. Ride of the Valkyries is the Easter egg song. That's pretty cool, I guess. Overall, Outbreak is just a map that introduces Exo Zombies to the franchise, and nothing more. There isn't really anything mind-blowing of note, you know? The map just shows itself. The map layout is so small it can be displayed on the loading screen. It's just that simplistic. It's just a filler map to enter the long list of Zombies maps. So my thoughts on the map are just the general thoughts of Exo Zombies, which I don't like because EMZs are in the game. And that's why I'm giving Outbreak a 3.4 out of 10. F tier.
Outbreak, zombie minds, tearing us apart, trying to eat the guts. Outbreak, makes us dread as we put back up position out of this red.